There it is. Hello. Everybody's making fun
Hi.
of me about how we start this podcast. I'm so consistently like, oh hi or hello, welcome back.
Who's everyone?
It's a
I've never
surprise.
made fun of you for that.
Well, okay, everybody but you guys because you guys are part of the show. That's why. Well, I
Oh,
just
right,
call this
because
a
we have
show,
to
but
still deal with you, so we're nice about it.
correct. Otherwise, I would stop this entire thing. Anyway, welcome back, everybody, to to Beer Talks Season 2. I want to say episode 12, 13? Am I close?
Something like that.
Somewhere like that. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in with my friends Addie and Stanley. And as it is tradition, why don't you say hi, Stan?
Hi, Stan.
Great. Why don't you say hi, Addie?
Hi, Addie.
Perfect. We're back at it again, talking at you for a really long time now. It feels like it's sad now. It's depressing season. Do you guys got the winter blues?
Not winter blues, but definitely like anger when I wake up.
Winter anger.
And it's like so dark out. I'm like, why?
Lack of sunlight blues. True.
Like, right?
True.
Lack of vitamin D blues.
Yeah.
I hear you. Looking out the window, it's supposed to be, peak lunchtime, and it's just depressing, gloomy. Anyway, that's Canada. So please, for those listening outside of the country, come over. Come enjoy the despair that is Canada. To be
Okay,
fair,
okay,
Canada,
it's not that bad right now. Like, yeah, at least if you go outside right now during the day, it's still like kind of pretty. Leaves are changing colors. Not everything's on the ground yet.
Fair enough. I'm being, as my usual self, facetious. So, today, what are we talking about today? I think Stan was the one that set this up. So, Stan, what are we talking about today? Do you want to touch on
So
it?
it's not me. I'm
It's
just
not you.
looking at the script that we have for every episode.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'll let you have this one.
I think we're talking about travel tips.
Oh, tips to travel?
I guess so. I mean, like there's like definitely ways to travel more easily, and then there's like going into it blind, right?
Is this like, are we gonna range from like, how you can find $400 tickets to go to Tokyo?
I mean,
Are we?
if you have tips for that,
I don't. I'm asking you guys. You guys are the travelers.
For $400,
I was gonna say, I'm like, do you have tips? I want to know.
Yeah, I'm like, why didn't you tell me earlier?
I've read a few of them, but like usually the catch is like, the only luggage they have is like what's on your back situation,
Of course,
and like
It's okay,
the
buy
clothes
the
on
rest
you.
in Tokyo.
Basically,
that's
right?
true.
But I mean, you get them for $400. Anyway, before we get into the sauce of things, we have our beer of the day, which Addie found. Addie, what is this beer?
Yeah, this is High Park Brewery. It's called Across the Pond. It's an English style amber ale. And like, I seriously am a broken record, but again, look at our Instagram. Like, the can is so pretty. This is what caught my attention and why I chose it. Thank God it's not an IPA again. Like, if we do IPAs back to back, oh my gosh. But like, it's an English ale. I don't remember if we like it, so we will see.
All right, so here's a dumb question. Like, I feel like I should know the answer to this because we're so far into this series, which is kind of crazy. What's the difference between an English ale and an IPA, guys?
IPA is Indiana Pale Ale, right?
Does it have
And-
to be brewed in Indiana?
I don't know. I think of
You
it
know
as
nothing.
I think of it as IPAs are like very hipster, super bitter.
There's a lot of hops
whereas
in it, right?
whereas like any other regular ale that's not IPA
Mhm.
is to me is more like red wine. Like it's like full bodied, kind of
So,
goes with proteins, all that stuff.
but why is it English ale? Is there
From
like
the UK, I
flavors?
guess. Maybe.
Oh.
So,
mean,
so
the
I
name of the beer is
actually,
called Across the Pond.
I
Sorry, Addie,
actually
go ahead.
wondered the same thing, and I actually looked it up. So, like,
Mhm,
first, like, what makes beer an amber ale?
mhm.
So basically, it's when brewers want to emphasize like the color of the ale, I guess, to give it like that nice amber glow. And usually the flavor is a little bit maltier compared to your pale ale, which is why it's called amber ale, partly because of the color. And then what distinguishes it from, like, say, American amber ale versus English style amber ale, which is what we're having today. The English style is like darker. It uses kind of like it uses caramel and crystal malt additions, so the flavor is a little bit different. It's almost roastier, and then the color is also, it looks like a darker amber rather than like a golden amber of like an American amber ale.
I see.
It looks like this.
Yeah.
I'm showing it
Thanks.
to you guys.
Use your imagination.
yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm obviously talking to you two.
John, take a picture of it and then I'll post it on Instagram so people know. It looks, honestly,
Yeah.
It looks like this.
yeah, it looks like this. And I will say, like, it looks caramelly, right? Like, I think that's a good description.
Not as dark as a Guinness. A
Mm.
little bit darker than a Kilkenny, I want to say.
Really? I thought
You guys remember?
I had Guinness 2 days ago.
I mean, not to brag, but I mean, I literally went to the Guinness, like,
Okay, bro. Here we go.
you know,
All right.
brewery
Oh my god.
Here we go.
in Dublin, like the
Uh-huh.
OG. So, I mean, like,
Oh, how was the tour?
yeah. Oh my god, it was like very fun. But I think it was very fun because I am a curious person and I went to every exhibit. So it's a self tour. It's a self-guided tour.
So it was only fun for you.
It was really like
Correct.
my mom was like
What a loser.
my mom was just really bored and looking at things. Like, she enjoyed
Oh,
it though. But she didn't read the history versus me. I literally like went to every video, went to every plaque, and I was like reading everything. It's so cool.
Classic, Eddie.
And what I liked about it being self-guided was you can go at your own pace.
Do you get like a Guinness while you're going through the tour?
Yo,
You
that'd be
don't get it
cool.
while you're going through the tour, but at the end of the tour, you get a Guinness.
At the
Mm.
end,
Does it taste different?
So I do think it tastes different. And they did this really cool thing. I wish I took a video of it, but I was so like immersed in it that I just wanted to experience it. But before the end of the tour, they take you into what's called like the tasting room. And they pour you a shot of Guinness. And they basically try to like bring out all the different flavors and get you to taste all the flavors. And they have 4 smoky pods, which are the 4 flavors that you should smell and taste from the Guinness. And you kind of like go to each one, put your face in like the smoke, and you sniff it. It's, I mean, like, you're not touching anything, so it's like quote unquote sanitary. So
Sanitary.
it's not like you're
Yeah.
tasting, like putting your tongue on it.
so you're just getting like a contact high.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you're just like sniffing air, and then you do the shot of Guinness, and it's like because now that you're familiar with the flavors, because I don't know if you guys know this, but you are able to taste the number of flavors that your brain can identify. So if the more words you have to describe taste, the more you can taste it.
Mm.
So people that don't know the word umami will never understand what umami tastes like.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really weird. That's how your brain works. So they're kind of simulating that by like giving you the 4 flavors to smell first, and then you take the shot of Guinness, and then it's like suddenly the Guinness flavors are like prominent. You can identify it. So I thought
See.
that was really cool.
Cool. And that's our beer of the day, guys. Guinness,
Oh, no!
please.
Sorry, I just had to share that 'cause I thought that was really cool. But back
Anyway, to
You
go
know what?
about
We
it.
should have talked about this during travel tips.
I know.
Oh
Well,
my
it's
God,
a
that's
good.
true. My bad.
It's a
John,
close
cut
transition.
this and put it into.
No, I'm not gonna stitch everything in different
Okay,
orders.
anyway, I
You good?
popped open Across the Pond. The smell is super strong.
Does it?
It's like, I don't know. That's the first thing I noticed for sure.
It smells like apples.
Yeah, like my entire, well, cause like I'm recording in like a closed door room, so now my whole room smells like caramel apples.
Caramelized apples, right?
Yeah, caramel apples. It smells great.
Actually,
Anyway.
you're right. It does
Cheers, guys.
smell. Cheers.
Cheers. Caramel apples as beer.
That is so weird to me.
I'm tasting like apple peel. You know?
Oh, like the more bitters of the apple.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because of the smell, I'm definitely getting like the more of like the caramelness of it.
It's bitter though, eh?
Yeah. I don't hate it though. I think I like this more than IPA, to be honest.
I agree. I didn't make the face, the IPA face. So
I think it's because it doesn't have those bitters at the end. Like, there's a little bit, but it's not as strong.
You know what I'd love to try? Because we've done IPA and English ale, I want to do like another ale just for comparison the next time we do this, and then see like which one I actually like.
You know what? This is our second English ale, so maybe we'll
What was our first
try.
one?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Guinness. It was Guinness. It wasn't Guinness.
No, it was not
Guinness
Guinness.
is an
Guinness
ale.
is a strout. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, look at me. I know beers.
Oh my
God,
god.
it just took.
Did you
I
say
still do
strout
not.
or stout?
Is it stout? Strout? Is there an R in there?
Snout.
Isn't strout a fish?
Isn't snout a nose?
Yes. Isn't stout
not even
a
drunk.
teapot?
What's happening?
Short and stout.
Oh my god.
You like that one, eh, Stan? Anyway, we didn't even talk about the taste profiles. We just said it was bitter.
I was getting into it.
Sorry, Addy, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying it's not that bitter, which I really like. I like that there's no like bitter aftertaste. It goes down pretty smooth. And I don't know if it's just alcohol or if it's this one, but I feel like my throat's really warm after drinking it.
Really?
Oh, I don't know.
You
I
don't
don't
get
feel like that. No.
We were drinking last night, so it's a little hard for me to enjoy.
So this is like the
I promise we're not alcoholics.
this
correct.
could have been hangover.
Correct. But yeah. You're right. The bitterness is very strong up front. It doesn't last that long though. It's not as bitter as an IPA, although I want to say it's pretty close to that. It has a really, for some reason, every sip I think of like apple peels.
Mhm.
You know, like, and I as a kid I hated apple peels.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not saying that I hate the drink, by the way. That's not, we're not trying to line those two together. But like overall, heavy bodied, right? It's as an ale usually is. Darker colors. Stan?
Do you guys get biscuits?
Not biscuits, but I was just thinking, I'm like, this kind of reminds me of
Digestive cookies?
oh, like I just lost it. What was it?
Sorry.
Give me like 10 seconds. I'm gonna forget.
Digestive cookies, Maria cookies.
Flamingo cookies?
What are flamingo
Toffee.
cookies? Toffee.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't actually know what toffees taste like.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know
So
what they are.
I have always liked toffee because toffee is essentially it's like caramel but with more like a buttery taste to it. So,
Buttery caramel.
yeah, it's a buttery caramel. So like caramel is like the sugar, like the like
That sounds not very healthy.
it's not.
It's
I
not.
mean, candy in general. is not
I
very
know,
healthy.
Stan. What do you? It's not your source of vitamin
sorry.
D.
I'm like butter and caramel.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But no, yeah, because like caramel is a little bit more liquid. It's almost like a roasty sugar kind of thing, right? But then toffee has
Add
more-
butter to it.
exactly more butter to it. So it gets this like rich butteriness to it. So like I've always liked toffee better than caramel. And this gives me that kind of toffee flavor because there's like a richness to it, right?
If you've had caramel, Stan, it's not that far off the toffee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've had caramel before.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
imagine caramel, but then it slides down your throat like butter.
Yeah, you know how butter has like more body, and because like caramel's just sticky, right? And it just gets everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Why do you make that face? Like,
Oh,
there's no innuendos, bro. Like, what are you?
No, I am acknowledging what you're saying.
Okay, but like you're
You're
looking
just
at me like
taking it
I'm
the wrong way.
speaking like hieroglyphics here.
Yeah.
But yeah, toffee is just like a butter. Like I know it's hard to think about butter flavor outside of like butter popcorn. No, you're actually tasting popcorn. You know what I mean? But yeah, we've really gotten neck deep into this. Anyway, overall across the pond, I think is pretty
I
solid.
would drink this again.
I would too.
actually get this again. I like it. I like it a lot, actually.
What's funny because it's getting gloomy now, as we said earlier. That's why I was like, oh, it's like Guinness season kind of deal, you know?
I feel like this is a very appropriate drink for the
Correct.
weather, like fall
Big
weather.
bag.
I would not, though, however, drink this with calamari. This is not a calamari beer.
Not calamari approved, huh?
Mm.
Not
Not
Like-
Guinness isn't either, though. To be fair.
Yeah, maybe
So-
it's like an English ale thing. Like they
Yeah,
just
yeah,
hate calamari. I guess I don't know. I would not drink this with calamari.
This is really weird, but I would have this with a roasted turkey leg.
No, you can have ales with roasted meats.
Because like I feel like there's this sweetness to the ale and turkey leg is salty. so
Turkey
it's
is
kind of-
very specific. But
I
yes,
know she
agree.
is right.
I know I'm being very specific. Like but you understand like that balance, right? Like the sweetness
Yes.
from the ale and then the saltiness from the turkey leg. I'm like, I feel like this would go.
Maybe
You know-
with some like cranberry sauce too.
Yeah, I'm down with
And
that.
stuffing. I really
Oh, guys.
So this is what we're saying is this is a
Thanksgiving beer.
Basically.
Which is off season, I think. I think it's very
True.
appropriate for the season. Cool. You know what I would have this with? A pheasant leg. You know?
Jesus. Oh my god.
Roasted pheasant leg. Anyway,
Wow.
I just wanted to jump into that because of how specific Addy was with the turkey leg. What about you, Stan? What about quail? You have a roasted quail leg?
Yeah. The quail with the quail eggs,
Eggs?
right?
Wow.
Like, 3-week-old quail eggs.
Anyway, Addy, what are we talking about today?
That's what we're moving on to. Okay.
Yeah.
That's our transition.
That's
Wonderful.
transition. Yeah.
Love
Quail
it.
eggs.
Yes, today we're talking about travel tips, basically. And the reason why I was thinking of travel tips is because in the past year, the three of us have traveled, but I realized very quickly that we have different traveling styles. So I'm kind of curious, like, what would your travel tips be like? Like, do you have kind of like your process when you're planning a travel, or are you just like pack a bag, go to the airport, and buy the next plane out? You know what I mean? Like, why don't we?
I
start
have
with-
the shortest answer, I think.
Yeah, I was about to say, why don't we go with John, because I feel like Stan and I are very similar. So John, why don't you start?
I have the shortest answer to quote unquote my traveling style and plan. It's just I'm gonna buy the ticket, I'm gonna go there, and then see where my feet takes me.
Jesus Christ, that
And
gives
then
me
that's
so
it
much
at the end.
stress.
That's literally it. And then you guys get mad at me for not making any plans. That's
Not mad. I
enjoyable.
am nervous for you.
Concerned.
I'm very concerned. Literally, the last time when you went to Korea, you were like, I bought the ticket. And then I was like, okay, cool. Where are you staying? He's like, I'll figure it out. And I'm like, excuse me? What?
Yeah, and I think there's something beautiful about that. Don't you? Don't you guys?
No.
Really?
No, it reminds me of like a horror film.
Well,
I'm surprised you are alive.
listen, man. Like, when I go to places, not that I just want to freaking, loaf at a certain area. Like, I can't really do resorts for longer than a week. You know what I mean? Like, after a week of resorts, I'm like, all right, dude, like, let's do something else. I can only bake in the sun for so long. But, like, in terms of, like, traveling to places I've never been, I don't know. Like, I don't like having schedules or times to be in because, like, I'm there to, I don't know, it sounds very hipster, or sorry, hippie, like, where it's like, come what may, que sera sera situation of like, whatever comes happens situation. And I think that's just like my outlook in life, and in a place where I don't really have quote unquote responsibilities outside of my safety, obviously. Then also, this is like if I'm traveling by myself, by the way, right? Obviously,
Yeah,
if I'm
but
traveling-
still. Okay, so let's just say it's like solo traveling, right?
Mhm.
Like if you go somewhere like a destination, don't you like at least want to be like, what's popular here? What do people come here for?
No.
I
Absolutely.
can
Like,
attest to
I
that.
don't
And the reason why is he's like, oh, I'm going to Korea, but he's not going to Seoul.
know. Correct.
Which is fine. Like that's like because I feel like John's like hipster.
I know.
What's the right word? What's
no,
the PC word for this? Like
No, because hippie is like more like the tree huggers situation, where hipsters are like trying to be cool and not mainstream.
Mhm.
okay.
He's
Like
more
John's
hipster.
like too cool for like
Life.
too cool for the popular stuff, right? So for example, if he like went to New York, he wouldn't go to New York City. He would spend like a week in New Jersey. Like that's
Probably.
the type of
Oh my
person John is.
yes.
Like
Actually, now that you mention that, I did spend a week before. in New
right?
Jersey.
But like you wouldn't you would make a conscious decision to not go to New York. Be like,
Okay,
"Ah, everybody
but like if people want to go to New York, I'll go to New York. Don't make it.
no, but
seem
this
like-
is solo travel.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
gonna
yes,
talk
yes,
about
yes,
solo
correct.
traveling
Okay,
first.
sorry.
Yeah.
I
right?
feel
And then so-
defensive right now. Is what I'm saying.
but like nothing wrong with it. Like
No.
like march at the beat of your own drum.
Correct.
Which is
Hmm.
fine. But like I'm just like, don't you at least want to know like, oh, like where are my drumsticks so I can eat?
No.
I don't know. Like, don't you think about this stuff, or you're just
No.
like like I pack a bag for some clothes and I'll figure out the rest later.
Correct.
Hmm.
I think like it's such a layer of like adventure for me, where
Who
you
hurt you?
where you find, what do you mean you hurt me? Where you find the spot that no one's been to, or like it's like a untreaded road, untreaded path, uncharted path, right?
Right.
Shit like that. Not that I'm trying to be Magellan here, of like
No,
finding
you-
a yeah, finding a place that no one's been. But I just don't like going to places that people's been because one, I'm not really I don't like being in crowded areas.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
that's true.
Not that I can't handle malls. But I do hate going to the mall. I don't mall rat. I don't do any of that stuff, right? And then when you go to, you guys don't find appeal in like you guys, there's like you have a choice of like going to this beach that like everybody
Mhm.
knows and it's like very pretty and it's like a touristy thing and it's great, like it's all
Mhm.
great, versus going to like somebody's like a grandma's like backyard, not your grandma but a grandma, and then like oh she has like a little path.
Grandma, I'm coming over.
She has like a little path that leads to the beach, and then and it's like not put together. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's not made for, like, you guys don't find appeal to that? You guys don't find that romantic? I do.
I do find appeal to that, but like I guess the closest thing that I would do that you do is when I go to a place, right? Like say I have stuff kind of like tagged that I would like go visit, right? But I'm a fairly social person, and I typically befriend like the waiter or the hostess or whoever that's there, and I'd be like, where would you go for a night out? Or like what restaurant would
Right.
you recommend? And even though it's not on my list, I would go there. Or like
Correct.
sometimes, which I've actually done a lot in Japan, just because like I'll be shopping, for example, and I'll just ask them like, hey, I need lunch, where would you go for lunch? And I'll just see what they suggest. Sometimes but it is a hit or miss, right? Because they are locals,
sure.
right? They might just go somewhere because of comfort, not because the food's
McDonald's.
good or anything. Right. Like, so I obviously take it with a grain of salt, and I kind of see like, oh, is this something that I'd be interested in trying, right? But that's probably the closest thing I would do in terms of like going to an unassuming place that's kind of random and not touristy. But yeah,
I guess
mean,
that's the parallels in our
yeah.
philosophy. Stanley?
So our first tip from a consolidation of that is ask locals.
Yeah, actually,
Or like your friend
like if you
Who
have
is a
someone that
local?
lives there.
who is a local. Exactly.
Who is
Who is a local?
Wait, what if you're going to like this place where you don't know anyone, you're alone, all you have is a backpack? What do you do?
That's even more
Ask a
exciting.
local.
I think. Yeah, that's even more exciting, I think.
I don't think that's a bad tip actually. So like if you have friends that live in wherever you're going, or like if you're staying like at a hostel or a hotel, like asking hotel staff usually is a good idea,
Mhm.
right? I think, I don't know, man, like I definitely am not the like go somewhere and go with the flow type of guy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I get too much anxiety
Same.
from that, right? But like I want to know, like if I'm going somewhere, I want to make the most of my time, right? I'd be like, I want to see something that like that I can't see at home, or like I want to experience something that I can't experience at home.
Right.
Like if I fly halfway across the globe to like, I don't know, go to I don't know, Thailand or something, right?
Mhm.
Like I don't want to like go to a mall, right?
Right.
Which like I can go to a mall here and it's the same thing.
What if it's a
Right.
touristy mall? What if like it's the Mall of Asia? Mall?
Like I'll go just like as like okay, if I have time, if I have like but like I want to hit like the like what's in Thailand that's special in Thailand, right? Like
Landmarks.
what makes Thailand, right? Like so I remember going to Thailand a long time ago, and I was like, oh, okay. So like we went to temples, and then at one point we just got templed out. We're like, this is too many temples.
Templed
Temples.
out. That's so
Like we're like,
weird.
I'm like done with temples.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? Like, but like they're all beautiful, but there's just too many,
Mhm.
right? And then so it's like, okay, so there's this very famous mountain in Thailand that like we want to go hike, and it's like, okay, we went hiking, and then obviously Khao San Road is very famous in Thailand, so we're like, oh, I want to go to Khao San Road and like see that. So like there's things that in my head that I'm like, oh, okay, so this is what is exciting, or like very specific and special to this place that I'm going to. That's the thing I want to see,
Mhm.
right? And so that's kind of like how I plan around my trips. And you're right, I think both of you are correct to say like I've definitely discovered some local gems by asking locals like, hey, I would love to do this, or like, hey, this is my itinerary today, is there anything that you suggest that I add or even remove from my itinerary? And then like I've certainly gotten like, yeah, you should not go there, but you should go here instead, right? And I think those are like the more like special experiences to be like, oh yeah, like this is totally one of those places where not a lot of people come, there's not a lot of tourists, but it's still like very special in that way.
Mm.
And so I think that's kind of like how I like to think that I travel. But like, realistically, once I get somewhere, I'd like to, kind of like pace it out. And it's like, oh, something exciting, something relaxing, and something just like easy. Like going to a mall is easy, right? And we can certainly spend an entire afternoon in like the mall of, what did you say? Mall of Asia?
Yeah.
That's the mall.
Sure. Yeah.
That's the mall in the Philippines.
Oh, sure. Like I can spend an
Wow.
entire afternoon in like a mall of Asia, but I wouldn't do that like 2 days in a row, or like I wouldn't go to like 2 malls like 2 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like
You want
it's
a
kinda
balanced
different.
schedule, right? Like you don't want to do the same thing constantly.
Yeah. And so I think for me, my travel tip is I like to put together kind of like a
Itinerary.
high level itinerary, right? So
Mm.
like how I like to break it up is I like to break it up into 3 sections in a day, so morning, afternoon, and night,
Mm.
right? Because I don't really like to stay up late, and I'm not a big fan of like
What a loser.
late-
Sorry.
yeah, no, actually, like when I'm traveling, and I guess now in life, I much prefer like morning activities than like late night activities. So like I would much rather like go on a hike early in the morning when there's no one there and the air is super fresh,
True.
versus like going clubbing somewhere like at 1 o'clock in the morning.
That's why Stan goes clubbing in the morning, correct?
Yeah, it's morning club
It's
on
called
top of a
Breakfast
mountain.
Club.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun,
breakfast
yeah.
club.
Ay.
Right, but like that's me, right? But like
Mm.
I usually like to break my day up into 3 chunks
Yeah.
and then see if I can fit certain things in these chunks or not. And then so
Oh.
it's usually like, even without like a very specific, like I have to be at this bus stop at
Mhm.
like 9:56
Mhm.
a.m.
Mhm.
right? Like I usually can figure out like, okay, well at least I know where I'm going next, and I'm not just wandering around,
True.
right? For me, like that's kind of not how I like to spend my time,
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh god, like I'm just lost, I don't know where I am, and I'm stressed out about like, do I have tickets to the next place? I'm stressed out about, can I get back to the hotel?
Right.
Yeah, so that's kind of me.
What about you, Ads?
I am a combination of Stan and you, in the sense that like I do a lot of research beforehand to see like, okay, what are like the key spots that you should see when you go to a country or whatever, right? It's like people that, I don't know, they say like, oh, if you've never seen CN Tower, have you been to Toronto, right? You don't have to go up CN Tower, but it'd be nice to walk
Never
by
been, by the
it,
way.
kind of thing. So like I
Yeah.
kind of look at like, hey, what are the kind of like key things that you should at least see when you're in this place? And I would say my biggest tip is actually do a little bit of research, especially now after COVID, because I learned from my own experience and some of my friends is some places that were free to enter, were very accessible pre-COVID. Now
Mhm.
you actually have to book time and buy tickets, and otherwise you can't go to those places. So an example is like my friend's parents recently went to Calgary and they wanted to go, I believe it's Banff and Lake Louise. You used to just drive there, right?
Go? Yeah.
You can't do that anymore.
Oh, shoot.
You need to book a time. You have an allotted time slot to take the bus to go up there. Cars are not allowed. Like you have to pre-book everything now.
No
Wow.
way.
Yeah, so then they were like, they didn't know until they arrived. So then they couldn't go on the day they intended. They had to go near the end of their trip. So because post-COVID, a lot of things have changed. A friend just told me she was at Barcelona, and when she went and she
It's
bought tickets.
Barcelona.
My bad, I'm not Spanish.
I knew it. I heard it in my head. I'm like, John's gonna say something.
Oh my god, John.
Okay, wow.
That facetious
I knew it.
cheek.
'Cause in my head, I was already like, Barcelona.
Oh,
Okay, sorry.
you guys.
Wait, what about Barcelona?
So she pre-COVID she went, and I forget which like attraction it was, but she had bought tickets. It was only like $12, and she was like, you could buy it on the day of and you could just go in. She went post-COVID, and the tickets are now, I think she said $36, $38. Yeah, it
Oh my
tripled in
God.
price, and it was booked up way in advance. I guess people like post-COVID was like getting released from jail, so everyone went, and it just got booked up really quickly. So she was like,
Metaphorically speaking,
That
metaphorically
reference
speaking.
didn't land with me right away.
oh.
I
It's
was
like,
like,
wait,
why?
the criminals are being saying set free.
No, maybe it's a Cantonese expression, because like when people, so like my parents use it a lot. If you've been cooped up for a very long time and then you suddenly rush to do a lot of shit, they'd be like, "Did you just get released from prison? What are you in a rush for?"
No, I get the saying, but it just didn't land with me.
It took a
right
minute
away.
for Me and Stan made the same face, but I got the joke, but Stan didn't. That was why it was so funny.
I'm sorry, guys.
Stan
Damn
was
it.
like, "Whoa, everybody's being released in prison. Why? What
I
are
mean,
they doing?"
COVID prison. Hello.
Why are prisoners going to Barcelona?
I know. Prisoners. What sentences do they do? True.
But yeah, so my tip post-COVID, do more research than you probably would have before, because I think attractions and places have changed, so you might ask to plan a little bit, especially when it comes to ticketing and admissions to attractions.
I think also like in general, even like getting to the country itself, it's not as easy as buying a ticket anymore and just going, right?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of countries now that are like, hey, you need to do this COVID form, and if you don't do it, either you're gonna end up doing it in a really long lineup on the arrivals area of the airport that you're in, or they won't let you up at all, right?
Yeah.
So there's
So I think again a consolidated tip is like do some research about the places that you're going to, like about logistics, right? Like getting into that place. So
Correct.
like John said, like maybe not just COVID forms, but I know like for example, is it the whole of EU or just Great Britain? You need to like North Americans now have to like sign up for like a visa or something in order to go
Is
to
it the
EU.
electronic travel visa or something?
Yeah,
like that?
something like that.
Yeah.
And you have to pay like a small fee, and like if you don't do it before you land, like you're not allowed to like go into the country or
that's
something
crazy,
like that.
right?
And
Yeah.
yeah, and like that never existed literally until this year, like this summer.
Yep.
I think. And so yeah, like if you didn't know about that, you'd be just like stuck at the airport.
Yeah.
and
You would
not
be.
being able to,
And like
right?
John would know this, like that.
Correct.
And it also changes depending on airline. So some airlines actually check it before they let you on the plane even. So for example, like when we went to Korea earlier, I flew Air Canada and they didn't check it. So as long as you applied for it and it was approved by the time you landed, because you had like 12
Right.
hours, you're fine. And if you get stuck after landing, Air Canada doesn't give a flying hoot. And you get stuck there and you have to, essentially you're in no man's land and you have to wait until your visa is approved. On Korea Air though, they check it before they even let you board. So if you weren't
Correct.
approved before boarding, they don't let you on the plane. So
Correct.
that also changes depending on airline too.
So I think what we're saying now is traveling nowadays does require a little bit of planning, just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
It's a lot more well, I guess for a good reason too, right? It's kind
Yeah.
of in everybody's best interest, I think, when these people are doing the way that they do.
So how about like when you go somewhere, like what about like spending?
Oh,
Right?
budget?
Like, I
Budget,
feel
you
like
mean?
this. Yeah. Do you guys like have a budget before you go somewhere, or are you like, like I'll see where my wallet takes me?
Does your okay? Firstly, does your budget include your tickets and like, you know what I mean? Like, is your pocket money separate from the budgeting of the entire trip fully, like tickets included and like accommodations, etc., or is that a separate thing, right? Like, how anal can you get when you're determining budgets? I guess I can answer, but like, I buy my ticket and I'm like, there's a limit. It's added to, like, like if you ask me, how much did you spend in Korea? I'll be like, like $3,000, but then like $2,000 of it was like off of the tickets, right, or some shit like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's
I think I'm similar in the sense that post trip, like after the trip, I would lump it all together. But during the trip, I'm like, you know what? I already got my ticket. I already paid for my accommodation. Whatever fun money I spend, I'll see how far it takes me. And I'm the person where I spend based on that item's perceived value and not my overall budget.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't go to a place and be like, okay, I only have $1,000 fun money. I don't budget that way. I look at like, okay, say for example, I really want to try this Michelin star restaurant, and it's like $1,000 a person. I'd be like, is that restaurant worth $1,000 per person versus like the $40 ramen down the street? Like, I look at each item's perceived value.
Both items are very expensive in their own right, but both items are so expensive. What the hell?
Yes.
$40 ramen?
But yeah, so that's how I spend my money. Do I have like a big picture budget? Yes, I would like to not spend $20,000 on a trip, like a 1 week trip, but like I don't have like a hard set budget, so to speak.
I see.
Do you guys do conversions too?
Yes, I do.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, so like $40 ramen, let's say, is like for here. I mean, yeah, in here that's a little expensive, but like over there it's like it has gold flakes, kind of deal.
And
it's
it
like
comes with
really
like
old.
Kobe beef, right?
Well, yeah, whatever, right? And like you
Yeah.
have like hot guys serving it to you or some shit. I don't know.
Ooh.
Okay,
Like-
$40 is fine.
Yeah, makes sense.
So like, are you guys like cool with that? Because for me, I don't really.
Do I
Like
have
to
to
me, it's like
tip?
$40
Tip on
is
top?
$40. You know.
Like I said, for me, it's like the perceived value of each thing or experience I'm going through or choosing from. I do the conversion where I'm like, okay, how much is this in Canadian dollars, right? And then I'm like, would I pay in Canada $40 for this thing? And if I'm like, yeah, I would, or most of the time it's like, you know what, I can't get that in Canada for $40, then I'll do it or I'll buy it. Yeah. But I would look at per item. But I'm also this way because I'm not a big spender in general. So even though I don't have a budget, I rarely spend an exorbitant amount when I travel anyways. That's why I'm comfortable doing that. Like if I was going with a shopaholic, I'd be like, you might want to consider how much stuff you're bringing back. Yeah.
I
see.
dude, that's on them. You know. What about you, Stan?
So I think I budget a little bit differently. So I find that like I will have like two separate budgets. One budget is everything I have to pre-book, right? So flights, hotels, excursions, tickets, anything I have to pre-book, that's one budget. And that's kind of like the budget I determine if like after all of those things are calculated in, do I go on this trip or not? Right, so like if everything added up together, the flight, the hotels, like, you know, some of the shows I want to see or some of the things I have to buy tickets to, and then like it turns out to be like $5,000, I'll be like, okay, maybe this is not the time to go on this trip. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, maybe not. But then if like, you know, that is all booked, and then I'm like, okay, this is an acceptable budget, I've saved up enough money, this is like something I can do. And then while I'm there, so I'm also like Addie, where I rarely buy material things. I'll maybe buy like one or two things as a souvenir, but
Yeah.
I'm not like, you know, I won't go to a city and like my primary purpose is to like go shopping. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I just that doesn't really appeal to me. So usually I will go and do things and see things. And so from that perspective, my mentality is I also don't have a budget. And if something's really expensive, the question I ask myself is, when is the next time I'm gonna come back and then do this here, right? And if the answer is probably never, I'm gonna be like, okay, like $100 ramen, I guess, right? And then I'll do it, right? But then I won't be like, okay, every meal is gonna be $100 ramen, because, you know, in my head I'm like, I can get ramen back in Toronto. Like, how special is this ramen gonna be here? Like, I'm like, it's okay, right? And then so that's kind of like my mentality for a lot of things. Like when I was traveling through Europe, that was kind of my mentality for a lot of things. That was my mentality for a lot of things like in Asia when I was traveling. It's kind of like, when is the next time I'm gonna come back? And if it's like not for a long time, then I'll be like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna spend the money and do the experience and just like see it, right? Because you can't spend the same amount of money or even triple the amount of money back at home for the same experience.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So like, that's kind of like how I kind of like figure it out. So then, you know, and also like, you know, not saying like, oh, I can just like spend on whatever, right? But I usually in my head, so I have this habit of like kind of knowing how much money I've spent in the last like week or so.
No,
Like at any given point, I'm just like, right, like just any given point, I'm like, how much money did I spend this month, right?
Yeah, same.
And so if I'm like, okay, like I've spent quite a bit of money already on this trip or like whatever, then, you know, I try to like mentally kind of scale myself back, right? And because I do like, you know, plan ahead of time, I kind of know on which days I'm more likely to spend money at, right? So that's kind of like how I end up gauging my budget. And like Addie, like I don't end up coming back from a trip and not know exactly how much I spend, and I'm surprised at the bill. I'm never that. Like I always will know that, oh, this is approximately the amount of money that I spent.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that makes sense. That matches your personality. Like I can totally see that. I agree with that kind of way too, because like it's really difficult if you go on a trip with like a hard budget, because then you're gonna always have that at the back of your mind, and I feel like that really takes away from some of the experiences, because like you said, you might never go back to that place, or it might be a very long time until you do, so you might want to experience it, right? So to have a hard budget, I think makes it really difficult to do that.
Can I also add, like I think it's not like a bad thing, and you know, for some people it's required to have a hard budget, right? Like I feel like for some people it's like spending habits or like what they want to do, or like maybe you're going with like a bunch of people and then collectively you had a hard budget, it's totally fine, whatever works for you, right? But if you do have a hard budget, which is something that I've had like people very close to me have, you know, when they're traveling, I would recommend just putting in an envelope, sealing it, and then say open when you run out of money.
Emergency funds.
Yeah,
Emergency funds, like you have to bring emergency funds.
I
And then
agree.
so yeah, so like when like a previous partner that I had, like when they went traveling, they had the hard budget, right? They're like, this is how much money I'm gonna spend. And I'm like, okay, that's great. Like I'm very proud of them for like having a budget and like doing this, because like they haven't had the habit of doing that before. But then I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, you're going on a trip with your friends overseas. Like this is like, in my head, I'm like, that's not gonna be enough money for you, right? So then I'm like, okay, hey, here's like, you know, some more money. It's like, here's an envelope, right? And I told them, I'm like, do not open this until you run out of money. Like don't do it, right? But you know, if you don't run out of money, like just give me the envelope back, no big deal, right? But if you do run out of money, like you like, first of all, I don't want you to be stranded anywhere, right? And
Yeah.
also like in my head, I'm like, honestly, I don't know when the next time you're gonna go back to this place is, especially with your friends, right? Like I think that's such a hard thing to do, and I don't want you guys to like miss out on experiences because you didn't bring enough money or budget it enough or whatever. Like I feel like that's dumb, right? So then, you know, that's what we did. And then like lo and behold, they're like, you know, I think 3 days before the trip, and then they're like, yeah, we opened the envelope. I'm like, okay, cool, live your life.
Dang.
Aww.
But like I think it's important, right? Because
Stan, are
I
you
feel
ever
like
gonna give me said envelopes?
set envelopes. Are we traveling together, John? Can you
Oh, do
handle
we have to travel
traveling with me?
together?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
Can you handle traveling with me?
I think so. I can handle traveling with anybody. In fact, I'm
I
the
don't know,
easiest
man.
person to travel with, bro.
You know what? People usually who say that have the most issues traveling with me.
With you? I don't know,
Yeah.
man. We've
I
clearly
feel
never
like
traveled together.
I'm a very specific traveling person,
Mhm.
and so maybe a next tip, at least for me, is I have to kind of select who I travel with, not like you know, as a sign up list, or like I don't want to be pretentious like that.
Right.
But
Wow.
like I've definitely no, like it's true, but like I've had experiences where like people are like, oh yeah, I'm super chill, I'm down to do whatever you do, but they're not,
Yeah. That's true.
right? And I'm like, oh, like I mean, we could just end up traveling by ourselves.
Oh
That's
gosh.
fine. We could just like meet up at the airport
Right,
later,
right.
and like that's sometimes what we do. And I'm like, ooh, okay, like not
Right.
not the trip that I had in mind, but you know, live your life.
Sorry, let me
Yeah.
take a step back all the way to the budget because I don't think we
Oh, yeah,
consolidated the travel
Okay.
tips. But I think most importantly, firstly and foremost, I just want to say that when you want to travel, money is going to be involved, and if you don't have the means to travel anywhere, I don't even think you should.
Don't do it.
Exactly, right? You know, before you even go there, because like it's a very millennial take to be like, oh, you know, what are you doing right now? You could be here at like 8 o'clock. I don't know if you guys saw that video about this girl in like
Yeah.
Bali or something, and then you know, like you could just quit your job and just come here and buy a ticket, whatever, you know. And I'm like, okay, bro, like that's nice, but like some people live in the real world, you know, and don't have parents to lean on to,
Yes.
you know. So
Oh
it's
my
a little
god.
tricky. So like that said, I mean, you know, traveling isn't for everybody. You don't have to travel if you don't have the means. But when you do have the means to travel, you want to make sure that you have enough financial stability. Also, like, don't go broke, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Right. I agree.
Like I think like just be realistic, right? Like that's
Yeah.
what you're saying. Like, you know, if you only have so much money and you want to travel, honestly, my take is like go for it, right? Like especially if you're young, if for whatever reason you're 20 years old and listening to this podcast, like yeah, man, go travel. Like go see the world. Money will come later, but like
Mhm.
you know, don't be spending money you don't have to travel. Like you
Agreed.
know, live in a hostel for like $20 a night because that's
Yeah.
all you can afford. Like, that's fine. You're 20, man. Like you know,
I agree.
yeah, don't be expecting to live like a millionaire when you're 20 years old.
But my
Jesus.
Instagram
True.
stories only shows me like, you know, I gotta stay at like a 5-star hotel. And like,
Well, we'll talk about that a little later, but like, you know, delete Instagram, man. Holy
oh.
shit.
Maddie, you sound like you wanted to add something.
No, I mean I totally agree. Like work within your budget. Like if you travel, how you can based on your means, right? So like if you have a big budget, cool, go all out, 5-star, everything, cool. But if you don't, you can still travel. It just means like Stan said, go to a hostel, go to a guest house, like it's also fine. That's how you experience the world. Honestly, I've done both, and I think they're both valid and valuable experiences. They gave me two very different feels of the cities, so I think that that's great. And like just being aware of that is very important for traveling, regardless of your budget, anyways, right?
Pro tip. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, moving forward into then what Stan is saying about traveling companions.
So why don't I ask you, John? Have you ever traveled with anyone that made you go, I will never travel with them again, or I only want to travel with these people?
See, that's the thing. I don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? Because like when I'm traveling with people, for example.
Shout out to anyone who's ever traveled with John.
When we were traveling, for example, like I'm not there to babysit, right? Like you do what you want to do, right? This is what I mean when Stan. I think that I would be easy to go with in terms of like, oh, I don't really want to do what Stan is doing, but Stan really wants to do that, or like I'm tired or whatever, or Stan doesn't want to come out clubbing, which by the way, I'm not the clubbing person. This is just an example, but I really want to go clubbing, for some godforsaken reason. I don't know, maybe I was roofied or whatever, but
oh my god.
I'm just trying to really be accurate about it. Anyway, my point is, like, I'm very flexible to that. You, like what Stan says, you live your life, whether we're traveling or not. I think there's a lot of value with traveling with people that matter to you because it creates a different kind of relationship. Like it really shows
For better
a different
or for
side
worse.
of the people, right? Like you have to stay with these people, like whatever crummy place it is that they're staying at,
Right.
or like whatever, like you guys are all in it together. If somebody's in trouble, everybody's in trouble situation, you know what I mean? Like knock on
Right.
wood, something bad happens when you're traveling, right? And that really shows people's character of like, obviously if something happens, like let's say something happens to Stan, I'm not gonna be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go travel, Stan, see ya.
Live your life, okay.
You have to stop.
Yeah, I guess I'll leave you here, Stan. We're taking aren't we backpacking? So I'm gonna take the next train. I'll see you back in Toronto.
Wow.
Obviously, I'm not gonna be that.
Right.
But my point is, like, I say that I don't give a shit, meaning like, you do the things that you want to do, and I'm gonna do the things that I want to do as well. And then traveling together is nice because there are experiences that we can share. And to me, that's like
Right.
that's more important than that's like higher priority, higher in the totem pole versus like my self satisfaction. You know what I mean? Like if we climb the tallest mountain and like watch the sunset or the sunrise, even though I don't really want to hike that day, like I'll be grumpy the entire time climbing up, and I'll be making jokes about how shitty this entire thing is. But Addie, right?
Okay, on that note, I have a question for Stan then. So he's all like, I'm chill and I'll do whatever as long as I'm with the people that I care about. And he'll do a hike grumpy regardless because he knows you want to do it. So then my question to Stan is, how do you feel when your friend is like, I will do this with you because I care about you, but then they're grumpy the entire way up? Are you okay with that?
Okay, so I think before like I dive into the answer, the predetermination factor of this is like, what kind of trip is this? Like, for example, if it's a trip that I know I'm not planning, I'm like tagging onto someone else's trip, I already, whatever happens, I'm fully prepared for like whatever it is,
Consequences.
I'm prepared for. Yeah, no, like we have to go climb a 2-day long hike. Well, I guess I signed up for this. I'll be like, all right, I'll go.
But
We're gonna go clubbing today. Okay, I guess I'll stay up and I'll go.
I guess the question is
Right.
like, how would you externally express yourself?
Right.
Yeah.
And then so like I will do it, and then I'm obviously still human. I think that I will still express some dissatisfaction, especially if it's just like this insanity of like, you wake up at 4:00 and you start climbing this mountain, and then you get to the top of the mountain at like 3 a.m. and you start clubbing at the top of the mountain. Like,
Oh my God.
insanity. I'm like, I'm not here for this. What the fuck? But I will be like, you know what? Like, I know that this is not my trip. I know that I wanted to tag. Like, I've signed up for tagging along. I will do my best to cooperate. And so this kind of leads me to the point of like, I think for the trips that I do want to go on, that I do want to have control over, and the people that signed up for this trip that I am planning, I feel like I'm kind of expecting similar responses. Not saying like, you know, because like I feel like when John complains and like being facetious and stuff, like he's like 98% of the time he's just joking.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
Like, and then like in my head, like I just have to like
Correct.
get that through my head. I'm like, no, like John's not being serious.
I
He's
know,
just
I'm not.
complaining for the sake of complaining.
Exactly.
And then so half the time I will be like, John, shut up.
True. It's like, hey,
You know?
little
Right.
shithead.
Like I don't yeah, like I don't take it seriously, right? But like if it's not John, right? Like if it's not John, it's like let's just, for example, let's just say it's you, Addy, and then you're like, oh my god, this fucking sucks, I hate this trip, like why are we climbing, and then why is there a clubbing event later? Right? I would be like, okay, first of all, I would kind of feel bad that like I'm putting you through this.
Right.
And then I would be like, but you kind of knew, because I would have told you ahead of time that we're climbing a mountain for
You
2
signed
days
up for
and
this
we're
shit,
going
like-
clubbing right after.
Like I should have said
Right?
something earlier.
Yeah, and then like in my head I'll be like, shut the fuck up.
Correct.
Right?
Ooh.
So like I think like it depends on the person and kind of like the circumstance.
Mm.
And so depending on the trip's circumstance, I will decide to be like, do I want to go on this trip? And if so, I will not say anything and I will enjoy myself, right?
Right.
And then like also depending on the people planning this trip, I would be like, okay, yeah, maybe this will be kind of like a trip where we stand around on a street corner a lot of the times trying to figure out where to go next.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
okay.
normally-
You completed
And
that.
normally I am not so normally I'm not very okay with that, because like I
Right.
feel like that's a waste of time, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I hate just standing there, because like we do this a lot with our friends, you like Addy, you'll know,
Yeah.
we do this a lot, right? Especially when no one plans anything, we'll
Oh my
just
God.
stand around in a circle as a group of people,
Yeah.
and then just
Nice.
like, oh, you know, what do we do? And then like we'll break out into conversations. I'm like, guys, we're like in the
Focus.
cold, can I please just go somewhere to be warm,
Yeah. True.
right? But then, you know, again, it's about like the mental preparation. Like if I'm like, oh yeah, this group has a tendency to do that and I'm not the planner, I'm ready to do this for like 5 hours. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I won't say a single word about it. And like, you know, I won't even be like internally upset. Internally, I just be like, oh, this is part of the experience with this group.
Oh
That's
my God.
great. I
Right.
love my friends,
Right.
you know, but like if it's like my plans and then I'm like, okay, yeah, we're going from point A to point B, and then someone in the middle of it goes, you know what, I don't want to do point B, can we figure out where to go next? And I'll be like, but point B,
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. True.
I would never do that. I would
Right?
never do that. Yeah.
right? I'll be
Right.
like, but point B, we have tickets. They're like, I don't want to go, like everybody, let's just go somewhere else. But I'm like,
Yeah, no, that's
gee.
that's messed up.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so like those are the people I never want to travel with, because like there's people that like, you know, are like a little too go with the flow.
Right. Yeah, I think I echo everything that both of you have said. Like, if I'm the one planning it, first of all, I always feel like, regardless of who's planning it, right, you need to respect the person who's put in the effort to plan it. So if someone else planned it, I will never to their face or afterwards complain about their planning or complain about what we're doing. Even if I'm like, it's not something I would do, I'd be like, you know what, you planned it, let's go. And I would like enjoy as much as I can of that activity.
Mhm.
And if I'm the one planning it, I would appreciate the same level of respect from my friends to be like,
Correct.
right? Like respect the fact that I put in all this effort to plan it. And just like Stan, I send if I were to plan an itinerary, I send it out to everyone well before the trip. And I would tell them, review this and give me comments. If there's anything you want to do, I can take away shit that I want to do. Happy to do that. If there's things that, you know, you don't want to do, period, let me know. We'll replace it. Like, give me comments. Like, I'm already not telling you to do the work. Like, at least look at it and then tell me. Because the moment we're on the trip, I'm sorry, you cannot give me shit for it. Having said that, I'm still flexible. Like, if during the trip, whether it's collectively or someone's like, you know, I'm really tired from yesterday's hike, can we do less today? Happy to change it around. I'm flexible with that, but you know, as much as possible, I would like the feedback when you see it, like when you see the itinerary earlier on, so that we have time to plan it. Because just like Stan, I don't like wasting time on vacation. Like, we're already paying thousands of dollars for a plane ticket and hotel to be at this place. And like, because I've traveled with friends where I know they are very go with the flow people and they're very accommodating, where they're like, I'll do what you want to do.
Mhm.
But because if everyone's like that, we will end up spending an hour, 2 hours sitting at the hotel room every morning, figuring out what the fuck we're gonna do that day. And that is such a royal waste of time. Like I just don't think it's good to pay money at a hotel to sit around and figure out what to do, right? So like that's why I have itineraries with certain people. Now with other people, like for example, when I travel with Eric, he's a great travel companion. I don't need an
Yes, he is.
itinerary.
I hope so.
I just need a list. Yeah, like actually, like I just need a list of things that I want to do. And then he is really good at just looking at the map and be like, oh, these 4 things that you want to do is in this area. So we'll spend a day in this area and we'll hit these 4 things. So like I don't need an itinerary with him. I just need a list of things I want to do and we can actually figure it out on the fly. Happy with that.
Can confirm.
Yeah, right? Like so there are certain people that travel like I change how I travel based on the people I'm with. So like
Perfect.
I don't think I necessarily have anyone that I would never travel with, but I just have to be very cognizant of my mindset when I travel with different people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, apparently Stan will never travel with me, so yeah.
What?
I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see.
It's fine.
That might be that might be an experience of a lifetime.
Honestly,
I will say one thing though. Like people that think that they can plan as a group can never plan as a group.
see, that's
You
why
need one person that plans.
that's why I'm
Yeah.
never the planner. You see, that's why I never plan. I'm already.
And that's fine. If you never fall into the planner role, that's totally fine.
I never
But, like,
plan.
I've like definitely known groups. Oh, like we can collectively plan this group together. Let's break up days into like you plan this day and you plan this day. And I'm like, no, like hard no.
Pisses
Hard
me out so
pass.
much. It hasn't happened to me, but it's happened to a friend of mine where they each planned like, okay, you plan this city. Like they're hitting multiple cities, for example, right? They'll be like, okay, because it's a cruise trip, so there's like I think there was like 7 or 8 ports that the cruise was gonna hit.
7 or 8 ports. Holy
Yeah,
crap,
they were
that's a
gone for
long
like
cruise.
2 weeks. Yeah, so they split it up. Be like, okay, you plan these 3 ports, you plan these 3 ports, whatever. And then, but let's just say one of them was like, I ended up planning, 2 out of the 3 of the other girls' ports because, it wasn't planned as well as they would have liked. So, and they never came together afterwards to be like, okay, here's what I planned for these 3 ports. It was just, they just trusted each other to plan their ports and then they went on the trip. So they didn't know how they planned it until they went to the port. So then when they landed in the port for the girl that, not that she didn't plan well, but it's just, it was not an efficient use of their time. Because I don't know if you've been on a cruise, you have a certain period of time off the ship, right?
Correct.
So it wasn't
Yep.
an efficient use of their time off the ship. So when they got off the port and they hit the 3 places that the girl had planned, they were like, okay, we need to fill up the next 3 hours. So that was an experience. So I've heard of that.
All
as
right.
well.
So, what's the consolidated advice for this trip advice? Well, I think it's a 2-parter where you have travel companions and scheduling. So, what's the
So here's the consolidated like kind of summary for this. Which is like if you're traveling with a group of people, like be a good travel companion if you're not the one planning, and if you're the one planning, like be considerate of
be
people.
patient as
Mhm,
well.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Agreed. Be flexible even if you have an itinerary. Like if things change, whether it's weather, people being tired, or injury, or sickness, whatever, be flexible and don't be too stickler to be sticking to your itinerary because that could take away from the experience.
Yeah, so like when you're planning as an itinerary, don't plan it down to the minute is what we're hearing.
Yeah, Addy.
I don't. That was my whole spiel.
So I wasn't listening at all.
I was
hell,
listening. That was a joke. Come on, see, this would be me on a hike, Stan. We were just saying.
Oh my god.
This was me. Anyway, that being said, we've actually hit the 1 hour mark. We're past the 1 hour mark. Thanks. Sorry, I didn't get to give you guys the life hacks of finding tickets that are $400 to go to another country. Stay tuned for that episode. It's never gonna come, by the way. So I just want you to stay tuned.
That one whole episode, 1 hour long.
Yeah,
John
yeah,
just
yeah.
click here.
It's a
Yeah, yeah,
step-by-step formula.
I'll just like I'll find you the places where you could sell your kidney, etc., etc. Anyway, before you guys are finished your beers, I'm not, but that's because I've been drinking last night. So
I think I'm like 2 sips away from finishing.
I still have this much left.
Oh,
Across
damn.
the pond,
I think
yeah.
I had the most for once.
Correct. Across the Pond Amber Ale. It's a fitting fall/winter solstice beer. We
Yeah.
appreciate you. Also, we didn't mention that we're still drinking Canadian brewers, by the way. So,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
City
So
Park.
we're
It's
still-
like down the street from me. Well, down the
Yep.
street, but I mean like very first street. But you know what I mean.
it's down there. Correct.
It's all the way
Uh,
halfway across the city.
correct. So, and then we'll get to our. Why am I so scheduley all of a sudden? I'm peer pressured by you with your itineraries. For our next segment,
No.
we will have our shout outs.
We need we need
Be
stands.
flexible,
We
John.
need stands call for sponsorship.
Oh, okay. Across the wait, what are they called?
Hyde
Across
Park
the
Brewery,
pond?
yeah.
No, this is the
Hyde
High Park Brewery.
Yeah, Hyde
If you're listening to us, yeah, sponsor us. This is a great beer. Addy has finished.
Mhm.
Yeah, I much prefer this over some of the other beers that we had.
Wow.
No, we want more
Okay.
sponsorships from them
No,
too.
I do. Like this is just like so much easier to drink, and like I
Yeah.
like this so much
Am
better.
Am I keeping that part? I guess I am. Anyway, shout
You know
out.
what? I stand by what I say.
Shout out segments,
Fine.
guys. Since this was Addie's idea, Addie, why don't you go first in your shout outs?
Okay, yeah. Absolutely. I
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever.
Whatever.
I'm going to shout out my bro, my big brother, Alan. He is married to my best friend, and I'm shouting out to him because we actually recently booked a trip for next May, and we're traveling, like we're doing like a double date trip, a couples trip. So shout out to him. It'll be my first time traveling with my brother. And yeah, you better be a good travel companion.
Not biologically brother,
Who's
by the way.
planning?
I know.
And not biological.
Who's planning? Who's planning, Stan? Stan, you're planning. You're not going?
I'm not married to Alan.
Oh.
I know. I like claimed the best friend title for both of you, but like I'm not married to Alan.
All right. Well, Stan, who's your shout out if it isn't Alan?
I don't. I guess. You know, I know this is coming every episode, and every episode I'm like
Never
who do I shout
ready.
out?
We need to keep a running list.
Never.
Oh my
Never
god.
ready.
You know what? I'll shout out my good friend Ming Lai. She's actually the one that really got me into traveling. Like she gave me the bug, right? Like you know how people are like, you know, you have the traveling bug. I never was. I was like, who wants to spend so much money to go somewhere that like you can see on pictures? But then,
Correct.
you know, after I traveled with her, I was like, you know what? Like traveling is such an enjoyable like experience, and you know, we've traveled together a couple of times, and I think that she's one of those people that like I really enjoy traveling with, and yeah, shout outs to Ming Lai.
Shout out to you, Ming Lai. Shout outs to you, Alan. You know what's cool? These shout out segments, when people like actually hear their names at the end of the episode, they actually do get a dopamine hit. And they're like, hey,
Do they?
yeah, they do.
Oh,
They
happy
do.
moment.
It's me.
Yeah, they're
You're
like,
like, you
whoa, they're
shouted
talking
out
about
me.
me. That's why it's important to, you know, make them listen to the episode, and then just really be like, hey, you might want to listen to this episode. You'll like it. Also,
Yeah.
stick to the very end. Also, don't.
You won't believe what happens at the end.
Yeah. Also, don't fast
Oh my
forward.
God.
That's cheating. Well, my shout out. Thanks for asking, guys. Thanks for throwing the ball to me. My shout out is Kim Hyung in Korea. He was the person that kind of took care of everything there when I stayed over there, and I miss him and his family. Maybe I'll send you a photo of on Instagram ads to add. Maybe, I don't know.
I'll tag him.
Yeah. Just so. I hope he's well. Very busy man, but he made time for me. Good times. But see, like I said to Stan, I'm the easiest travel companion ever. Where you want to go somewhere, I'll go. You want to stay here, I'll stay. You know, I am like the wind, dude. There's a French saying too of like I forget what it's called.
Say it in French.
Something like "Mama se mama sa mama kosa," I think. Something like that. No.
Is that Michael
Qu'est-ce que
Jackson?
fuck?
Anyway, Addie, why don't you CLS us? We're way past overtime now.
All right, so CLS, that's comment, like, and subscribe to us on Instagram and TikTok. That's Beer Talks TO. That's BeerTalksTO. Beer Talks TO, guys.
Beer Talks TO. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Stan, Why do you look like you have a headache, bro?
You're stressing him out.
Anyway, cheers, everybody. We'll talk to you guys
Cheers!
soon.